Hello everyone. Welcome to another podcast of Hindu Media Wiki. So today we are going to discuss a question that is moksha a permanent state? So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 7, it is said that the jivas are created at the start of the kalpa and the cycle keeps on repeating forever. This implies that the mukti or moksha is not a permanent state but a temporary state which lasts for a kalpa. Okay, so first let's get a brief idea about what is kalpa. So in Hindu time cycles, kalpa is equal to 4.32 billion years, which is also called a day of Brahma or 1000 Mahayugas. So measuring the duration of the world. So each kalpa is divided into 14 Manu Avtara period, which is lasting 71 yuga cycle, and there is lots of other divisions and other things that we can discuss about, but will do it in later videos. So coming back to the question, so that statement from Gita about creating jivas at the start of the kalpa is right, but its implication is something different. So let's understand that verse. The verse of Bhagavad Gita 9.7 is like this: Sarve Bhutani Kuntaya Prakrutim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakasye Punastani Kalpadu Visarjayam Aham. The meaning of this verse is, O son of Kunti, at the end of the Kalpa, all the beings and material nature or Prakruti enters into me, means a god, Bhagavan Krishna. And at the beginning of another Kalpa, by my potency, I create them again. So, here the important word is Bhutani, means all the jivas or beings. So the word creation, Visarjam, also applies to the beings and not the souls. Whatever being exists here are the combination of two primary components. One is Prakruti and second is Purusha. So the Prakriti is a material part and the Purusha is the soul part. So the Purusha part or the soul is unborn and eternal. But the material part, like the body, is perishable. So at the time of annihilation, the material part Prakriti enters into Bhagavana, and then at the beginning, subduing the Prakriti upon which jivas are dependent, and God creates the world again and again. So now, coming back to the question, is moksha permanent? So now, regarding moksha or mukti, let me explain it with an example. So jivas are, like, first thing is jivas are in unlimited in numbers, and at the creation of their states are resumed just like a test match is resumed the following day. So one who is out doesn't come to bat for the next day. Only those who are not out come to play and their scores resumes from yesterday. Similarly, once a jiva has attained the state of liberation, he doesn't necessarily return back. Only those who had not attained the state of mukti in the previous kalpa resume their state. So there are different type of muktis and there are different school of thought on this also, but the most common thing of mukti is maya nivruti, means liberation from maya. So once who gets beyond the maya, it can't cover him again, just like darkness can never cover light. Otherwise, there would be no point in trying to get liberation if it would take over the jiva again. So once a jivatma is liberated, he doesn't return here again by default. If jivas were limited, then at the beginning of each kalpa, everything would have to start over again, and every jiva would have to play the same role. But because, as we said, jivatmas are infinite in number, kalpa after kalpa, the process continues, resuming from where it ended before. Each time the material part, Prakriti, is manifested, but the jiva resume from whatever progress and work they had done before. So we can say yes, moksha is permanent state. Okay, one interesting fact here. A mukti from Maya is a permanent, imperishable state, but taking birth or not is dependent upon the jiva. So, some liberated jivas who are no more under the influence of Maya even come down to practice and taste the sweet nectar of devotion as lila. So even Shankaracharya, who preached Jiva completely, merged into Brahma, losing his form, wrote this in his commentary on Nrsimha Tapani Upanishad 2.5. So he said, even the liberated soul in the past time, taking form, worships you. You means God. So thank you for listening to this podcast, and we will see you again soon.